Hi, I'm Attorney Virginia Hunt. I'm talking to you about Nevada workers' compensation law. And today I'm going to tell you what happens within the first 30 days of your claim. All right, so let's assume you've gone to Concentra, you've reported a work injury to your employer, you've filled out the notice of injury form called the C1 with your employer, letting them know you're hurt. Maybe security has escorted you to Concentra or a UMC Quick Care, wherever your employer is designated for you to go to report a work injury. You may be asked to give a urine sample to test for drugs or alcohol in your system, as they can deny a claim for that reason. It's a rebuttable presumption, though. But you're in the clinic setting initially. From there, you can, however, once the claim is accepted, and they have 30 days to accept or deny your claim. So that's very important to remember that until you get that claim acceptance letter from the adjuster, certain things are probably not going to happen. Number one, they're not going to authorize expensive MRIs or referrals to neurosurgeons until they decide whether they're going to accept or deny the claim. Secondly, most of these clinics have you come back frequently. An injured worker is not entitled to temporary total disability benefits until they've been off work 5 days in a row or 5 days within a 20-day period of time. So, these clinic doctors have you come back every 3 days. They don't take you off for 5 days at a time because workers' comp kicks in. They take you off for three and then determine whether you should have work restrictions or should be taken off work altogether. Most of these doctors have a great deal of pressure on them to give you work restrictions because most of these large employers in Nevada have light duty work programs, and the doctors are under a great deal of pressure not to take you off work completely, but instead to give you restrictions, and then your employer can accommodate them, and you have to show up to work injured or ill and do whatever menial light duty work tasks they give you. Um, if you are worried that you need a surgery right away, you can contact your adjuster. And if your employer doesn't have good information about who your workers' compensation adjuster is or the name of the third party administrator, your clinic where you are treating will most definitely have that information because they need to know where to bill. So that is a good source for getting accurate information on who your adjuster is. And if the doctor is indicating that you do need a surgical procedure right away, you can help and hurry the process along by contacting the adjuster. So that's an overview of what happens within the first 30 days. Essentially, you're in a clinic setting, and it isn't until that claim acceptance letter is generated that you may be going elsewhere. Remember, within the first 90 days of your claim, you do have a right to change physicians. So look for my blog on your right to choose your medical provider because I go into much greater detail about that. That's your most important right under Nevada workers' compensation law. Anything else is money, it's here, it's gone, but your body you're left with. So you want to get the best possible medical care. Thank you for visiting.